Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. Thank you for all your support. Let's waste no more time and analyze and take a look at what's happening with XRP and, of course, what we could be expecting going into Monday morning. So I'm sure at this point you guys know what's happening. We're seeing once again tremendous amount of volatility coming back, to the crypto space. We saw a little bit of a stagnant, so I would say I think it was Friday evening, but completely after that, everything changed. The price of Bitcoin dropped below $82,000, and of course, everything went down with it. But obviously, weekend more manipulation than usual due to CME futures being closed. But yeah, we're seeing quite a bit of uncertainty within the crypto space. So XRP down 7.5%. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce since then, but nothing to be getting excited about in my opinion. Price currently sitting at $2.17, also down 2.6% in Bitcoin comparative. Now, if you're looking at the valuation, 126.5 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $6 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. I'm going to come back to this. Let's take a look at this right here. Over $616 million has been liquidated from crypto market in the last 24 hours. So once again, a huge liquidation day. And again, market makers are really stepping in. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's not only uncertainty within the crypto space, a lot of uncertainty within the traditional stock market as well. So, tomorrow it's really going to be interesting how, the stock market, reacts. And we're going to kind of take a look at it from that point on. But yeah, the crypto summit did not live up to the hype. And since then, the market has really tumbled toward the downside. And yeah, you're looking at Bitcoin retesting some of the key levels. And of course, if this little bounce that we're seeing obviously does not hold, we could still be heading more towards the downside, meaning, more pain to come for altcoins. But I've said this 1,000 times, in a bull market, that is normal. But, we're going to kind of touch base on, the prices a little later on in this update. But look at this. BBVA, Spain's second largest bank, has received regulatory approval to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum trading services to customers. This right here is a pivotal moment, for crypto industry, and this just opens the door. Hear me out. This opens the door for other banks around the globe, especially North America, where crypto is treated so unfairly. And whenever crypto is discussed, people just go crazy. And I think this really sheds a light on what's really coming, and especially under. And I know people are already starting to say this is ridiculous. Donald Trump hasn't done anything, etc., etc. But I can argue that. Of course, there are some things that I can question as well. But in a grand scheme of things, in terms of crypto specifically, I'm only talking crypto as of now. A lot of things did happen. Gary Gensler is no longer a thing. Crypto is being treated fairly. So that is a big plus point. There are regulatory requirements that are going to come into play. Big framework that is going to come into play. For the crypto industry. So things are happening. Like things that never really happened under the previous administration are starting to happen now. And everything he's discussed in the past. About making the U.S. the crypto hub. I think I have no doubts in that, really becoming a reality. So, of course, when that happens, you're going to see, banks really start having that discussion. We did get that green light from the regulators. I think it was the credit unions that got the green light to, start offering crypto services to their clients. So, I'm sure the banks always wanted to do this because, of course, this is, an emerging market. A lot of people talk about it, and as we go further into the future, more and more people will want to grasp into this market and actually diversify their portfolio and have some sort of exposure in the crypto markets. And banks are going to be ready, in my opinion, in the future for this to really take place, which again not only benefits investors but obviously banks as well, but the market as a whole. So huge stuff right here, which a lot of people will overlook, but I'm sure on this channel you guys are not overlooking this. But moving forward, look at this. And shout out to my Canadians out there. You guys can see this for yourself. New Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says he will continue to trade wars with the U.S. My government will keep tariffs on until the Americans show us some respect. Crazy, crazy stuff that he's saying here. And of course, the previous, Prime Minister of Canada, who is Justin Trudeau, he has stepped down. So this guy is obviously in place, I think, temporarily, and I think there is going to be an election taking place for a permanent prime minister. But people within the crypto space, especially the XRP space, are really really excited because you could see, remember Mark Carney was the governor of Bank of England when Ripple partnered with them to run pilots using the XRP ledger. So obviously the market's just going to go insane, especially the community are going to get overly excited that he's going to come and do some sort of implementation within the Canadian Canadian banking world, and potentially have XRPL, partnering with them. I think people are kind of getting a little bit over ahead of themselves, but it is something quite exciting. But shout out to my Canadians out there. Do let me know your thoughts down below regarding this switch and what your personal thoughts are. Do you think this brings more clarity towards the industry itself, or do you think it doesn't really matter? Let me know in the comments. But moving forward, look at this. This is quite an interesting thing that I wanted to share with you guys. So you look, S&P 500 percentage change since first and second Trump inauguration. So the first one, you guys get the market just went crazy, beautiful, upside. And then you can see this for yourself. The second one, market has seen this tumble towards the downside. So again, very interesting stuff that we're seeing here. Do let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. Is this time going to be completely different, or is this just a little bit of a hiccup before we start heading towards the upside? But of course, one thing a lot of people tend to forget is there are global tensions that are arising, which again could have a negative impact on the traditional markets, crypto markets. So these are factors people tend to forget, and there are cycles in history. There are cycles. Sometimes the markets just go crazy, and then there is time where you do see a downside. It's just part of the game, but that's where your risk management and risk strategy comes into play. But do let me know your thoughts down below regarding this. Do you think this time around we are really going to see crypto become that golden age, or are we really in that golden age, or do you think this is just all bluff? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you're looking at the price, as far as the price is concerned, the dominance did make its way up to 61.97%. After Bitcoin saw that major pullback, dominance did kind of make its way back down to the 61.36% shortly after that. But in the grand scheme of things, as I've said to you guys several times, we're still really really high for the dominance itself. So in terms of getting excited for altcoins, that is not something that you really want to be doing right now. But as far as BTC is concerned, I want to really show you guys Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Obviously, we're making ourselves back below the 38.2. If you watch my update last night, I'm sorry, not last night, the day before that, I've been speaking about that. Bitcoin standing here around 86k. There's still a chance of us going down to 82.5, and that's actually what happened. And we've dropped below that, and we actually closed the daily candle below the 38 point, which again is really bearish in my opinion. Yes, obviously I'm going to keep the factor in mind that in the weekends, CME futures part needs to really be going into perspective, but I still do believe the double bottom is still on the table. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But as far as XRP is concerned, of course, XRP is no exception. It's going to react to this specific move. We literally retested right at the neckline of the 38.2 at $2.07. Again, another target that we've been speaking about, and we have seen a little bit of a bounce since then. Of course, as to be expected, because that is a significant amount of support. So you would expect some sort of a bounce from there. And you can see this for yourself. We literally right at the neckline touched that and have seen a little bit of a bounce. And again, if you want to put this into perspective, we have seen a little bit of a bounce of about 6%. But like I said earlier, not a time to be getting overly excited just yet. So, still, obviously, no one really wants XRP's price to, make its way down to that $1.74 wick that we saw on February 3rd. We still are quite, far off to, retest that, but that could still be on the table, obviously, if we don't hold around the 38.2, because of course if the 38.2 level doesn't hold, I think $1.91 is on the table, and of course below that would mean fulfilling the wick at this February 3rd level. So again, we're going to take it one step at a time right now. There's a lot of things that need to be considered right now. We'll keep you guys covered. Let me know down below what you guys think. What are your personal predictions? Love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support. It's been amazing, and I'll continue to bring out these updates. We'll see you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.